When you're on the ground in a busy airport area, if the controller doesn't have time to work with you, he knows what to do. He tells you to stand by and simply leaves you sitting where you are on the ground. But once you're airborne, he's got a whole different problem on his hands, because airplanes can't just stand by in one spot once they're in the air. So what the controller will do is put you in a holding pattern. Now, the whole purpose of a holding pattern is to act as a parking garage, a place to hold airplanes until there's room for them in the traffic flow again. A holding pattern looks like a racetrack. It's got two straight legs and two half circles connecting those straight parallel legs, anchored at any kind of a navigation fix. Now, a holding fix can be anything you can identify with your navigation radios. It could be a VOR, an NDB, a locator outer marker, an intersection, a DME distance, or even a GPS fix. Just like the parking spaces in a garage have a defined location and orientation, holding patterns have a specific location and direction, although you won't find any yellow lines in the sky to help you along. I tried to get them to place yellow lines in the sky, but they thought it interfered with the sunsets. Go figure. Now, a holding pattern is always set up with one of the straight legs ending at a holding fix. That leg is called the inbound leg, the one where you're flying toward the fix, and that's important. Some holding patterns are printed on the IFR and route charts, or they can be found on the approach charts. But if the holding pattern ATC wants you to use isn't published on an IFR chart, then the controller will tell you where the inbound leg is located. When ATC describes a holding pattern, the direction of holding is where the inbound leg is physically located relative to the fix, not the direction you fly. This particular inbound leg is physically located on the east side of the fix, so you would be holding east of the fix. If the inbound leg were physically located up here, you would be on the north side of the fix and you'd be holding north of the fix. Now, if the controller's not having you use a published holding pattern, he'll not only tell you the direction, east in this case, he'll also tell you a radial or an airway. So he might say, hold east on the 090 radial, or hold east on Victor 66, for example. It's very likely that the airspace on one